the value side of banking. So firstly, in order to easy to follow, my presentation is divided into three main sections. Section 1 of my presentation is the definition and role of culture in banking and finance industries. Secondly, the second is if I will find out the influences of poor culture which lead to the financial crisis in 2008. Finally, I will estimate the success of Tran from after financial crisis until now. So let's begin with the definition of culture. I have to say that culture is the first concept. It has to be defined, but basically culture is all about the history, art, and behavior that's passed from generation to generation. But today we are going to focus on the definition of the culture in banking and finance sector. So according to the G30 in 2050, culture is defined as the ideal custom and social behavior of people of society. And culture is what people do when no one is watching. So why culture is so important in the banking sector? As you know that culture sets the way the way people act and don't act, so that culture can influence people inside and outside an organization. So when commercial banks have a great culture, they can achieve the great result. For example, they can increase reputation, or they can have trust from public and stakeholders. This leads me to the next point. How the poor culture can lead to the financial crisis in 2008. I have to say that financial crisis in 2008 decreased the belief of customers in banking system significantly. As you can see that in the figure, the percentage of customers who trust in the bank from 2008 decreased suddenly, and it has no sign to increase again in the future. And according to global survey in 2000 and 2016, 4 of 10 customers expressed growth decrease in confidence in the banking system, and they are likely to find alternative company to invest. So second part of my presentation, I will find out the influences of poor culture on the financial crisis in 2008. According to Antonio in 2012, one of the factors that leads to the financial crisis is the ethic causes. So I'm going to find out what is the motivation for the ethic causes. As you can see in this slide, there are three main factors that is the motivation for the poor culture. Firstly, the culture of individualism and the short-termism. Secondly, it's the weak culture of oversight among the board director. And lastly, it's the weak risk culture. I want to take the example of the case study of Lehman Brothers in 2008 and Barclays as the example of the poor culture. So in 2008, Lehman Brothers is one of the 4 big big bank in investment banking in US. But why culture? Why is bankruptcy? The reason, one of the reasons is the culture of individualism and short-termism. At this time, management of the Lehman Brothers use some accounting trick to remove their liability from balances by using the repurchase agreement, so that they can remove the liability from balances and is convert into the asset and revenue, so that from the period time 2005 to 2007, branches of Lehman Brothers always had the profit and gain. So because they want to make their balance sheet become look good, and they want to increase the stock price. So that is the short term reason. Besides, the stakeholder of the Lehman Brothers want to make profits, so that they set the target from the CEO and management of Lehman Brothers to increase stock price. I think that is one of the reasons why management use money way. That's not fair to increase their profit. Come to the final part of my presentation, I will estimate the trend of banking culture after crisis. So in the light of economic downturn from financial crisis, there's many new regulations were approved to prevent poor culture. Firstly, BIS, Bank for International Settlement, provide 29 rules of oversight banking system to prevent the poor culture. CFI institutions provide code of ethics and standard professional to protect the to make the benefit of society. Lastly, Basel II is an international business standard that requires financial institutions to maintain enough cash reserve to recover risk incurred by operation. So, what is the example of the change by regulation? According to the dialogue change in UK 2014, they said that it has the introducing a risk element into compensation was provided support by central bank or regulation to prevent the conflict in the interest between the CEO and management and board of directors. Secondly, money bank already to do this, and other banks include in UK UK commercial bank gone further and have removed sale target altogether. And lastly, banks are beginning to judge employees by their not only by their result, but also on how they do to achieve result. So that is some of my reference, and this is my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you for presentations. I think those are quite good presentations. Yeah. You have a clear and logical arguments to support to answer the questions. And also you give us some very good example to prove your assignments. You show that you read a lot, but when I in the reference list there were 3 ones. You see that you show that you read a lot, but only 3 ones. Yeah. So in the assignment you have to list more of it. Yeah, and that should link to the arguments and the assignment. Yes, and there's some point I think that you can improve. The first thing that I want to mention here about the Barclays. The Barclays example actually I think that's not closely related to the global financial crisis. About the LIBOR scandals and LIBOR's manipulations. I think that it happens in 2011, 2012. Yeah. So please check all the examples that have to relate to the global financial crisis because it had to, link with this. And then you seem to give us some much information about the Basel III.
Yes.
But you did not explain about the link between the Basel III and the changes in the cultural environment in the banking industry. I think it's the same mistakes not only you, the other students also have kinds of mistake. You only give us some information about this, but not explain. So I think that there's some way you can improve this that you can put the introductions of the battle 1, battle 2, battle 3, and there's some details on the battle in the appendix. But in the main part, you only give only 1 and 2 questions about the battle trees and explain the link between the battle trees and the cultural, the changes in the cultural environment of the Bible. Yeah, you could not find any link. I think that you could omit this part.
Is that true? If when commercial rank in Vietnam applies the full standard of biology in 2018?
Battle 2, only 10 banks. 10 banks. Yeah, in 10 Vietnamese government have to follow the standards set by battle 2, not battle 3, in 2018, next year. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think you have a good performance. You're the best student so far. And you have so wide range of reading and relevant example to control falling. And I think you are the first student can explain and of course to some extent so like between the reasons about GFC and the control program. And I think it would be ideal if you can add some evidence from Vietnam Commercial Bank. Example.
That's fine.
Thank you. One week.